This is the Altitude Daily Podcast. Everything you can't miss from today on Altitude Sports Radio. Mosher, Lombardi, and Kane.
I know it sounds gimmicky because when I read this, I had my same reaction when I heard the Four Nations thing. It's like, what are we doing here? Just trying to make something up. The NBA proposing a one-on-one tournament for $1 million to the winner could actually provide some sort of like competitive boost to these players. I think they'd love to go one-on-one. You don't think that Kyrie would put forth some effort if he was one-on-one against somebody else in the NBA? I bet you he would. And maybe it's not a traditional game. Maybe that's just, you got to leave that out. No more traditional all-star game format. You just have a whole bunch of guys going one-on-one and see who wins. You know what I mean? Like, I think that kind of stuff, I'd be totally...
That sounds kind of lame to me.
As opposed to what? What they're doing now?
I don't know, but that sounds lame. I don't know. Horse? You want to play some horse? Play horse.
Sure. Like, this
Play
is what
pig.
I'm talking about, though. Like, I think that the NHL just said, damn the traditional format. We're going to try something completely different. If it flops, it flops, but it can't get worse.
Well,
Hey,
but let me
I'd
tell you
watch a
how the
game-
league stumbled into
I
it,
would
though.
watch a game of one-on-one over what we just saw
Exactly.
any day of the week.
Yeah.
If you gave me Kyrie versus Steph one-on-one with those handles,
Tell me you would
kidding
watch
me?
that, Moj. Tell me you would.
Yeah, but what about Steph versus Joker? I mean, it can only be guys
it.
of like position?
No, do
come
it.
on.
Open it up to everybody.
Oh, come on.
A texter says, one-on-one, call your own fouls. I think that'd be great.
Oh, the game would never end.
God, it would never stop.
Oh, no. But see, when it's one-on-one like that, nobody wants to be the coward
Peer
who calls
pressure.
a foul now.
You're exactly right. And you'll hear it from the crowd if they think it's a
Yep.
bad foul. I love that. Hey, man, that whoever came up with that, you just go to just playground rules. But would the players play hard?
No, but this is the thing, though, Vic. Like, a texter just says, Kyrie's made $312 million. $1 million is irrelevant to him. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But in a one-on-one game, there will be pride on the line.
Yeah.
They
But
would care.
That's why I don't like this whole notion of trying to, let's get him with money. How much money was made last night in that Four Nations game? How much money was made? Was there a huge financial incentive? No.
One thing I know about the NBA players, you know what they really pride themselves on? Their perception around the league, how fans feel about them, how good they think they are. You don't think that every time LeBron wins a championship, I want my damn respect? Like, they care about their own personal perception. They care about that. I think one-on-one could be great.
The Altitude Daily. The Morning Sprint.
We talked about girl math, right, on this station before. I like more Mike math or coach math.
Oh, what is coach math?
Well,
Educate me.
you know, when you look at it, there were 2 games, correct, between the Americans and the Canadians in this tournament. U.S. won the total aggregate scoring,
Oh, my God.
5-4. Champs.
Holy silver linings.
And then if you want to go champs, if you used the four-nation point system,
oh, the 3-2-1, which is what I think. The NHL should go to a 3-2-1 system.
which is beautiful. The United States in head-to-head with Canada, 4 points. 3 points in a straight regulation win, plus a 1-point overtime loss. Canada, 2 points. So you were champ. You won in both the aggregate that you see in, say, soccer, like the Colorado Rapids are going to be having with the LAFC for CONCACAF Champions League. And then you also won with the hockey system of
I
the
think
3-2-1.
I think you're stretching pretty far.
I don't think so, man.
I think you're stretching pretty far. Here.
So you have healthy abs that have even more confidence, but really the U.S. in Mike math or coach math or girl math, U.S. won.
The Morning Sprint.
PhD every single day here, 12 to 3 after the morning sprint. Nate and Andy will take you guys home on your drive. I don't even know if you guys are going to be in the office today after all that snow.
It's cleared up nicely. It's gotten warm outside.
We got pounded last night.
Not where I
down
live.
south.
We didn't. So it's so crazy. My drive this morning was like 38 minutes down here. There was no snow on the road until I got to Lone Tree.
Until you got to the parking lot 25 feet behind us.
And I am a child. I could not restrain from just doing donuts in that parking lot. I mean, I arrived to my place of employment as a 43-year-old man, and I did donuts in the parking lot.
Well, it's nice to do donuts when no one is here because you're not going to get judged for it. However, you are speaking your truth into a microphone right now.
I just want people to know who I am, the real me.
The Altitude Daily. Columbus, Hastings, and DMac.
Do you have a final number in your head of it's 27 games? Like, do you have some sort of like, all right, like I remember last year, didn't you say you wanted to go like 21-6, something like that, or something along those lines? Do you have a number like that in your head? Like this is what I'd like to see in the final stretch.
Yeah, I'd love to go 26-0.
Okay,
Didn't see that one coming. I mean, really?
Never mind.
The dumb questions.
Yeah, you want to ask a stupid question? I'll give you a stupid.
Okay, all right.
Here's
I
no
deserve
stupid
that.
question. How much fun did your daughters have on that TikTok video they put out that kind of went viral on you?
Well, it's funny you bring that up because a lot of Malone family rules were broken with that whole process, and what happens in our house is supposed to stay in our house. Our house is like Vegas, baby, and they did that. And then next thing you know, on my family thread with my 3 sisters, my 2 brothers, and my mother, one of my sisters puts it out there, and she goes, "Oh, look at this. This is funny." And I had no idea it was out there because I'm not on social media. And I found out from my sister, Shannon, and I contacted my daughter, and I said, "What the hell are you doing? We don't do this. This is family business." So I had no idea it went viral. I enjoyed it as a family moment, and I can only say I hope anybody else has watched it, I guess enjoyed it as well. But I just feel like that stuff is supposed to be kept, like
in-house.
This is our thing. You know what I mean? Like, this is not for everybody else.
At least you know the leak. Got to identify the leaks.
You know it. You know it.
Yeah. You know where the leaks are.
I haven't talked to her since, so I think she understands where I'm coming from.
I should just give you a chance out the door here. Do you have anything to say about the NBA All-Star Game or the weekend or any of that stuff? You have any take on that?
You think I would actually spend 1 minute of my All-Star break watching that? Come on, man. I was rooting for Julian to have a great experience and to not get hurt. I was rooting for Nicola to have a good experience and to not get hurt. I've been fortunate enough to be an all-star coach, head coach twice, something that obviously means that your team is playing really well because you've been selected to be that coach. But I promise you, when I tell you, I'm not going to waste any of my family time and getaway time, watching that stuff. I'd much rather watch old clips of Scott Hastings playing basketball.
The Altitude Daily. Kretman and Lindahl.
Listen, I've felt like 1,000 World Cups, and that's obviously skewing the number, but how many times have we come off a World Cup play in soccer, obviously, where you're thinking, all right, this is what launches the soccer popularity. This is what takes it next level in this country. Yeah. This is where MLS shoots itself into it. And it doesn't happen. How does hockey actually build on this moment and not let this be just one of those really cool international tourneys that in 4 years maybe we'll get fired up for again?
Well,
or whenever they play this thing again.
Here's the good news is we have an Olympics next year.
So that'll help stoke the fire.
So right off the jump, we're building this thing. Why was this so massive? Well, what night is tonight here at the Mammoth game? It's Captain America night. It's Marvel Comics night, right? What makes a good superhero movie or a good a good sci-fi flick? It's a great villain. The villain is what makes the movie. The hero you already like, but the villain is the one that you absolutely need. And in this case, we had villains on both sides. In the case of Canada, the villain was
Bennington,
Donald Trump.
Okay.
And yes, Jordan Bennington as well. That was somebody that they were complaining about.
I thought you meant actually on Team Canada.
Right.
Bad.
But it was the geopolitical firestorm and the 51st state talk and everything else like that. Canadians don't like our president. By the way, their president last night talking some trash on Twitter after the game. So you had that automatically. You had Team USA viewing the Canadians as the villain. How dare you boo our national anthem? You can't do that. And so that then led to that sort of hostility. On top of that, again, we're talking about villains. The Kachucks, perfect villains. Everybody that has a favorite NHL team hates those dudes, except for Panthers and Senators fans, right? Like, they hate those dudes. Remember when we had to go up against Matthew when he was on Calgary?
Oh, yeah.
We hated that dude,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
JT Miller is apparently not too fond of him.
You know, Team Canada's got Brad Marchand, who is everybody's favorite villain that is out there. But that to me is how this got so massive, is it came down to the villains were absolutely terrific in this entire thing. In the end, the hero, Captain Canada, Connor McDavid, is the guy that gets it done. But there was good hostility that happened here in this tournament. And I think what it went to show you was that passion can be derived out of spite or disdain.
You've been listening to the Altitude Daily. Catch us live weekdays on 92.5 FM, the Altitude Sports Radio app, twitch.tv/AltitudeSR, youtube.com/Altitude Sports Radio, and your favorite smart speaker. Say Altitude Sports Radio.